Today we are going to talk on the syllabus. That's the Journal of Physiology. The course code is Physio-101. I'm Dr. Kachiwal, Professor and Chairman Department of Physiology and Biochemistry from the Agricultural Institute, Tandoja. This syllabus belongs to first year students of a first semester. In this semester, we have to conduct uh, three classes, two of a theory and one of practical. So the course description is the course is describing the physiological anatomy, physiological mechanisms of a homeostasis, feedback control, cardiovascular and circulatory system, as well as respiratory system in domestic animals, along with clinical correlation selected problems in domestic animals. The course goals and performance objectives are the goals to uh, familiarize the students with the functioning of a homeostatic and feedback mechanism with special reference to special reference to uh, the feedback mechanism and a special reference to cardiovascular, circulatory, and respiratory systems. The objective is to describe the components of cardiovascular system and its functionings, to describe the components of a blood and its functioning, and third objective is to describe the components of nervous system and its functioning, and the fourth objective is to describe the components of respiratory system and its functioning. The fifth objective of this course is to describe the pathology of the common disorders of a domestic animal. So, in a theory, we will uh, complete the lectures on homeostasis and feedback control, in which we will talk on cell and a cell membrane transport system, neuron, action potential, synapse and synaptic transmission, neurotransmitters, and neurophysiology of a skeletal and a smooth muscles, excitation, contraction, coupling mechanism, nervous system, central and peripheral nervous system, upper and lower motor neurons, physiology of a reflex arc, anatomic nervous system, parasympathetic and sympathetic D.V.Ms, types of receptors and their properties, anatomical divisions of the brain, and function of each part. Then the next chapter, which we will discuss in this semester, that's the very important the system, or that's the cardiovascular system. So blood composition, blood cells, genesis and differentiation, and structure and synthesis of hemoglobin, its types and iron metabolism, functions of neutrophils, basophils, eosinophils, monocyte macrophage system, and their role against infection. Then the reticuloendothelial system, resistance of the body to infection, lymphocytes and immunity, humoral and cell-mediated immunity, blood groups, blood transfusion and its complications, mechanism of a blood coagulation, fibrino, fibrinolytic system, clinical correlation with anemia, polycythemia, allergy, and hypersensitivity, jaundice, hemophilia. Then the next uh, chapter which we will discuss, that will be the circulatory physiology, circulation and its characteristics, biophysics of a hemodynamics, circulation, journals, systemic and regional circulation, coronary, skeletal muscles, splenic, fetal and pulmonary circulation, microcirculation, and fluid exchange, blood pressure, neural and hormonal control of the blood pressure and blood volume, local control of the blood pressure and physiology of a lymphatic system, channels of body, formation of lymph, role of lymphatic system in controlling intestinal fluid, protein, volume, and physiological basis of a cardiac cycle. Relationship of a heart sounds to heart pumping, regulation of a cardiac activity, rhythmic excitation of a heart, electrophysiology of a heart, and characteristics of a normal electrocardiogram, clinical correlation between the edema formation and circulatory shock, electrocardiographic interpretation of a cardiac muscles and coronary blood flow abnormalities. The the next chapter which we will be discuss, that will be the respiratory system, the functional anatomy of respiratory system, mechanism of pulmonary ventilation, pulmonary volume and capacities, physical principles of gas exchange, respiratory membrane and the diffusion of a different gases through it, fetal gas exchange, factors affecting rate of a gas diffusion, role of a uh, surfactant and pleural cavity, regulation of transport of the oxygen and carbon dioxide in blood, lungs and tissues, neural and hormonal control of respiration, clinical correlation of pulmonary edema, emphysema, hypertension, carbon monoxide poisoning, and hypoxia. Then the practicals which will be conducted in this semester. These are the method of handling and restraining of a different animals for blood collection, body temperature, pulse size of a blood collection in different animal species, precautions while blood collection, and different types of anticoagulants used in routinely and their mechanism of action, practical demonstration of measurement of a body temperature, pulse, respiration rate in the different domestic animals, determination of a total red blood cell count, animal or human source, determination of the total white blood cell count, animal source, the determination of the packed cell volume, hemoglobin concentration, coagulation and the bleeding time, erythrocyte sedimentation rate, differential leukocyte count, blood groups, determination of the lung capacities and volume, identification of a reflexes in frog, pithing and stunning of the frog, nerve muscle preparation. The detail of courses and these are the outlines. The same titles have been distributed in the lectures and practicals. So this outline may have to help all of you because the same has been repeated over here. Therefore, I'm not discussing every topic and the theory and practical topic as it has been described in the course detail. So the textbook which are recommended for uh, the for this course, that is the textbook of veterinary physiology, then the Duke's physiology of domestic animals, then the uh, textbook of a medical physiology, the lastly the uh, genomes, review of medical physiology, and physiology of domestic animals. So the latest textbooks may be considered as the reading books. Uh, and thank you very much. This may be shared with all your friends so that in the coming uh, examination, all the students should have prepared through all these uh, topics and all these contents, and the practicals should be written on a journal. And there are, as you are knowing, that in the semester system there are 10 marks on attendance, 20 marks on a midterm, 10 marks on assignment, and the paper of a theory will be of a 50 marks, whereas in a practical 10 marks will be given on your attendance, 10 marks on the journal, and the uh, one-to-one viva voice will be conducted in a practical. So it will be awarded 80 marks on the viva voice. Thank you very much for listening patiently and subscribe this channel, and as well as share this lecture to other friends so that they may be prepared from the course topics. Thank you very much.